What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another highly combustible reaction. This diver revealed the truth about what they encountered while working on a deep sea oil rig. I'm saying the ocean is terrifying. I don't care what anybody else says. I went and got my scuba diving certification, and I love going. I think the deepest that I've ever gone though is like 110 feet to like a shipwreck, and that's as far as I need to go because the light started disappearing. All those before I moved to Thailand, I was leaving Afghanistan. I was trying to figure out what I was gonna do next, and it was either go to Thailand and start my chocolate shop, or go to commercial diving school because I know commercial divers out on the oil rigs get paid a lot. And I was like, I tossed it around for a few months, and then I decided to do the Thailand thing. And I'm kind of glad, like the ocean, the fact that we haven't explored it all, the fact that we don't know, the fact that new species, however many thousand species are coming to life every single year, it's insane. Let's jump in, let's check it out together, see what this diver ran into while on the deep sea oil rig. I love myself a good unsolved mystery. I love terrifying things to get your heart jumping a little bit. Y'all have introduced me to a lot of those. Get over to Unexplained Mysteries, all the love in the world. No idea, but let's go.
Despite centuries of exploration and scientific research, much of the world's oceans remain unexplored, and we have only scratched the surface of our understanding of this vast, mysterious realm. It is estimated
we can go to space, but we can't go to the bottom of the ocean.
That we have explored less than 20% of the world's oceans.
Less than 20%!
With much of the remaining 80% still largely uncharted and unknown. This is due in part to the sheer size and depth of the oceans, as well as the challenges involved in studying them. The deep sea, for example, is an especially difficult environment to explore, with crushing pressures, extreme temperatures, and complete darkness. In recent years, advances in technology and oceanographic research have enabled scientists to explore previously inaccessible parts of the ocean, such as the deep sea vents, and uncover new species and ecosystems that were previously unknown to us.
Lots of new species, lots.
Much of the ocean remains unexplored, and there is still much to learn about the role of the ocean in regulating the Earth's climate and supporting life on our planet. It's also true that we have mapped more of the Moon's surface than we have of our own oceans. This is partly due to the fact that the Moon is much closer to Earth than the deep ocean, and is therefore more accessible to exploration and mapping.
How crazy is that?
Much of the world's oceans remain...
We have figured out first how to launch ourselves way up yonder, instead of way down in the water that we use every single day. The new species, like sure, some of them are small, but some of them are things that people have never seen. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like monsters that we don't know about yet lurking out there. Everything used to be a monster to somebody at some point, like
largely uncharted and unknown, with only a small fraction of the ocean floor having been mapped in detail. This is due in part to the challenges of exploring the deep ocean, which is a hostile and difficult environment to study.
And a terrifying place with no light.
Interestingly, in recent years, divers and fishermen have come forward and detailed their strange experiences while being in and around the world's oceans. One diver posted the following story to social media. He said the following: "I worked with a guy who used to be a deep-sea welder. He also worked on various things in the ocean, such as rigs."
Listen, I fish, right? And light draws fish in. It does. When you're fishing, you got a light, you're going to draw in some fish, you're going to draw in squid, you're going to draw in a whole bunch of things that are attracted to light. Imagine being an underwater welder down there in the dark, so you're the only thing flashing around, the things that you might see in your peripheral vision as the light goes out.
To be a deep-sea welder. He also worked on various things in the ocean, such as rigs, which would require him to dive deep beneath the ocean. He got talking one day as we shared a lot of things in common, and he told me about some of the strange things that we witnessed while carrying out jobs in the ocean. Due to the years of experience that he had, he told me that he could easily identify wildlife and said that he would often encounter things like deep-sea fish, sharks, along with various squid species. He said that saturation diving pays well, but it's a job that carries its risks, and that this encounter made him think twice about re-entering the water.
I'm gonna say I know a lot of saturation divers that take their times off over in Thailand that we've run into. There's even a bar over there called Offshore Bar where a lot of them go to drink. Like, you gotta have a special kind of mind to want to do stuff like that. To want to be down there for extended periods of time, living in a diving bell, whatever it is that they gotta do for whatever depths that they're at. Like, it's an alien world down there. Even scuba diving is alien. That's why I love it.
Assembling and maintaining an oil rig and pipelines. While he was down there, each of the team had their positions. He detailed that the visibility wasn't great and that it was overall a difficult job to carry out. He said that on day 5 he got into position and started working, but after about 20 minutes he kept on feeling something heavy touch his back. At first he thought it might have been another team member, but when he turned around, there was no one there.
Oh, nope. I would have had to signal to the surface something is going on.
Thought was that it could have been a school of fish, going on to say that these underwater structures are somewhat of an attractor for smaller species, as they act like protection for them. When it happened, he said that a few minutes later, he was able to get a glimpse of this thing, and said the only way he could describe it was that it looked like some type of squid. He detailed that the organism put him into a sort of trance, saying that it did this by changing shape and color. He said that he had never experienced anything like it before, as he was still awake and knew what was going on, but noted that he couldn't move. The reason that he said the organism was like a squid is because this is the only animal that he was aware of that had this type of ability, although he did say that he'd never encountered anything that looked like this creature. He said that he's never got over the fact that this creature was able to paralyze him without touching him.
See,
when I asked whether anyone else had seen all of
if there are aliens on Earth, they're probably in the ocean.
This unfold, he told me that he was behind a large piece of equipment that obstructed his view, saying that all of the other members of the diving team were working on areas of the rig that were out of view, so although a team was within the area, none of them could see each other. He also said that these structures are massive, and even if they were working close together, the visibility in the region that they were in wasn't great. He continued saying that once the creature approached him, getting within around 10 feet, he said that it slowed down its coloration and stopped moving its body into different shapes, and once it did this, he then started to regain movements in his arms and legs. After the creatures swam off, he said that he had an incredibly painful headache and felt very dizzy. On the day of the encounter, he said that everything was fine before he entered the water. He didn't complain of having a headache. He didn't have a drink or anything in his system that would compromise him, so he was sure about what he had witnessed. When I questioned him on the size of the creature, he said that it was difficult to say, and the only thing he remembered about its size was that it was much bigger than him. He was certain that it wasn't a common squid species that he had encountered before, saying that normally the areas where he worked had much smaller squids, and that they couldn't do what this creature did. He said he tried to research what this thing was, but every time he did, he came up empty, being unable to find a squid or creature that matched what he encountered.
That's when it's time to find a career change.
At the time, he said that I was the only person he told the story to, and that he didn't want anyone knowing about it. He did admit that he was scared to go back into the water, as this organism possessed the ability to control him, and it's something that really surprised him, as he'd never had this happen to him before. Even though the encounter only lasted a minute or so, it was something that he didn't want to relive. He said that the headache lasted about a week, and it was easily the worst headache he'd ever had before. After this experience, he said that he never encountered the creature again, and that as of today, he has no idea what it was that he encountered.
But yet he still goes into the water that takes some...
End quote. Interestingly, this diver isn't the first person to come forward and say that they encountered a mysterious creature while diving in the ocean, and it's led some to suggest that there's undiscovered species that people are encountering that are not yet known to science. Oddly enough, just recently, scientists came forward and proposed that octopuses might be aliens or original.
I already believe that octopuses are aliens. I totally do. Have you seen them? Have you seen the capabilities that they have? Octopuses are smart. Octopi, I think, are smart. They can open jars. They can escape out of anything like Houdini. Like, Octopus and mushrooms, I think, are all
originated from
alien.
space. The idea that octopuses might have originated from space is based on the fact that they are highly intelligent and exhibit some unique traits that are not seen in other animals on Earth. For example, octopuses have a complex nervous system and can change color and texture to camouflage themselves in their environment. Additionally, their genetic makeup is quite different from other animals, leading some to speculate that they might have evolved independently from a different ancestor than other animals on Earth. Another thing to keep in mind is that animals belonging to the group Cephalopoda can grow to extreme sizes. The largest squid species in the world is the giant squid, which is also one of the largest invertebrates in the world. Giant squids can grow up to 43 feet, or 13 meters in length, and can weigh up to 600 pounds, or 272 kilograms.
Can you imagine a 43-foot-long calamari coming after you? No, thank you.
Giant squids have a mantle body that can reach lengths of up to 8 feet or 2.5 meters, and 2 long feeding tentacles that can reach lengths of up to 30 feet. They have 8 arms that are lined with suction cups and are used for grabbing prey and bringing it to their beak-like mouth. Despite
I don't want to get eaten by a
not much is known about the behavior and biology of giant squids,
squid beak,
as they live in the deep ocean and are rarely encountered by humans. The first footage of a live giant squid in its natural habitat was captured in 2012 by a team of Japanese scientists using a specialized underwater camera. Since then, several more sightings and captures of giant squids have been reported, providing new insights into their biology and behavior. Scientists are constantly discovering new species in the world's oceans, but it is difficult to estimate the exact number of new oceanic species that are discovered each year.
Yeah.
This is partly due to the fact that many parts of the ocean remain unexplored, and new species are often discovered during research expeditions and surveys. According to the World Register of Marine Species, which maintains a database of all known marine species, an average of around 2,000 new marine species are described and named each year.
2,000 new species every year. And there's still people that we just run out there, we go swimming, we go to the deep water in our boats. Like, it takes a brave soul to be one of them across the ocean type boaters.
However, this number can vary widely.
If you're gonna see something weird happening, it's gonna be in the
level of
ocean.
Research funding and the number of expeditions and surveys that are conducted. It is important to note that the discovery of new species is just the first step in understanding the biodiversity of the oceans, and much more research is needed to understand the ecological roles of these species and how they interact with each other and with their environment. Additionally, many oceanic species remain undiscovered or poorly studied, highlighting the need for continued research and conservation efforts to protect these vital ecosystems. Scientists have come forward and said that the oceans are difficult to map for a number of reasons. The average depth of the ocean is around 3,800 meters, or 12,000 feet, and the deepest parts of the ocean can reach depths of over 11,000 meters, or 36,000 feet. This makes it difficult to explore and map the ocean floor using traditional methods, as the water pressure at such depths is immense and can damage or destroy equipment. The ocean covers over 70% of the Earth's surface, making it a vast and complex environment to study. The vast majority of the ocean floor remains unexplored, and only a small fraction of it has been mapped in detail.
That's like going to space.
Mapping the ocean floor requires specialized equipment, such as sonar systems and underwater vehicles, which are expensive and often difficult to operate in the harsh underwater environment. The ocean is subject to constantly changing weather and environmental conditions, which can make it difficult to conduct research and obtain accurate measurements. Unlike land, which can be easily accessed and studied by researchers, much of the ocean is inaccessible to humans due to its depth and the challenges involved in conducting research in underwater environments. Despite these challenges, advances in technology and oceanographic research have enabled scientists to make significant progress in mapping and understanding the ocean. For example, the use of satellite technology and underwater vehicles has enabled scientists to explore previously inaccessible parts of the ocean and obtain detailed maps and data on the ocean floor. However, much more research and exploration is needed to fully understand the complexity and importance of the ocean and its role in supporting life on our planet.
We should already understand
the
that.
total number of species in the ocean is difficult to estimate accurately, as the vast majority of the ocean remains unexplored and many species are still waiting to be discovered.
Godzilla could come up out of the ocean one day and it wouldn't surprise me.
However, scientists have identified and named approximately 250,000 marine species to date, and it is estimated that there could be anywhere from 500,000 to 10 million more species that have yet to be discovered.
That's a wide-ass gap, 500,000 to 10 million.
Marine species come in a wide variety of forms and sizes, from tiny plankton to massive whales, and live in a range of habitats, from shallow coral reefs to the deep ocean trenches. The ocean is also home to a high level of biodiversity, with many species exhibiting unique adaptations to their environment, such as bioluminescence, camouflage, and extreme temperature tolerance. The oceans are critically important for our planet in many ways. The oceans play a crucial role in regulating the Earth's climate. They absorb and store large amounts of carbon dioxide and help to regulate the Earth's temperature and weather patterns. The oceans are home to a vast array of plant and animal species, many of which are still undiscovered. This biodiversity is important for maintaining the health and stability of the ocean ecosystem and provides important benefits to human populations, such as food, medicines, and recreation. The oceans provide a significant source of food for millions of people around the world, particularly in developing countries where fish and seafood are a major source of protein. The ocean also supports many livelihoods, such as fishing, shipping, and tourism.
And we most certainly take it for granted.
Tiny plants that live in the ocean are responsible for producing over half of the oxygen in the Earth's atmosphere. They are also a critical part of the ocean food web, providing food for many other marine species. Despite their importance, the oceans are facing numerous threats. It is important that we take action to protect and conserve the health and biodiversity of the oceans for the benefit of both current and future generations.
Amen to that.
So, what do you make of the mysterious squid story, and what do you think the diver encountered? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.
Do that right now. Get over and subscribe to Unexplained Mysteries. The link is right there inside the description. You could go watch all of the rest of the content until your little heart is content. Definitely have a healthy fear of the ocean. I do. I don't mind scuba diving around reefs and things like that. Once I rode, there's been one time where I was on a reef and then I started paying attention to something over here. And then when I turned around, it was just like that damn endless pit of water that you couldn't, it was just looked off into the blue. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I'm not like even floating above that, because God only knows what's going to come up out of there. We really don't know anything about the damn planet that we live on, other than we're kind of destroying it little by little. Yeah, we should definitely do some more exploring into the ocean. It just won't be me down there in that submarine, in that submersible. We're not going to those kind of depths, because that is the depths where monsters live. Things probably out of our horrors live down there. No thanks. Until we explore some more, until we can get down there safely, let's send some unmanned things down there. Let's keep doing that so that we can run into some things. We've seen some terrifying things on cameras. If you got a damn ocean horror story, leave it down below. Smash the like button if you liked it, the dislike button, but I won't believe you. Tell the next one of my Combustible. You guys be happy, healthy, safe. I love you to the moon and back. Peace.